Can a budget break barrel rifle be any good? Can I make my break barrel spring-loaded budget rifle an active part of my kit? That would be great if I could. There's been a few people in the comments talking about break barrel rifles, and some people swear by them and say that they prefer them to PCP. They're a lot less hassle, and I do get the idea, but my experience personally with break barrel rifles, because I've never really invested in them, I've only ever bought cheap budget ones, because they've never really been tools, they've just been toys. They aren't really very good, and I've not been able to get any accuracy out of them. I've not been able to sort of dial them in at all. But given what I've learned lately, I figured maybe I could dust off my old budget break barrel rifle and try to make it an active part of my kit. What I've got here is my Webley VMX in 2.2. It's a Webley VMX 2.0 power lock trademark inside. I'm not a gun review channel, so I won't be reviewing the gun. What I will be doing is trying to dial it in a little bit more and make it an active part of my kit. Now this is chronoed this morning at an average of 10.1. So I'm not going to be going for distance on it. I'm just going to try and get it to work over the 25 meter mark on the range. It's been in a cupboard and hasn't really been used. I've cleaned the barrel out. There was some cack in that barrel. I've been firing a few rounds through it just to get it leaded in a little bit more. And I can't even see where the pellet's going. It's all over the shop. So what I'm going to do at the 25 meter mark, I've set up a couple of targets. I'm going to go back, sit up there for a minute, have a little plink about, see whether or not I can get it at least dialed in a little bit, and then we'll take it from there. Fingers crossed. It's really windy here today at D range. Thanks for having me back again, Darren. I massively appreciate it. I absolutely love this place. I'm not looking to stack pellet on pellet today. The whole point of this, I'd be doing this anyway. I just figured I'd make a video of it while I was doing it. I'd just like to see whether or not this is something worth keeping. You've probably not got a very good shot of the target, purely because I put the GoPro miles away from it, because I'm actually really paranoid about where these pellets are going to fly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself bang on the center of the target on the cardboard and see where this pellet ends up. Massively low. So humongously low. Wow. That came up quite a bit. I'm going about this completely wrong. What I should be doing is, instead of playing about with the sights, I should be aiming at exactly the same point and just firing over and over and over again to see what its grouping's like. So I'm going to do that this time. From a beginner's point of view, that's probably for the best. Okay, so I'm just going to go for that. Jesus, it's got a hell of a jump to it. I think this is going to be a problem for me. It's the kick on the bloody thing is ridiculously mad. I didn't change it that time, but yet massively different place. Right. It seems to be all over the place, and that's nothing that I'm doing here. Grouping wise, absolutely not. No chance of grouping with this. Wow. This is me questioning whether or not this video is even worth it. Do I just not admit to owning this? Now, let's try something a minute. Darren has a Remington. I don't know anything about this rifle. He did say I could have a go at it if I wanted. Well, that was a lot smoother. So I'm going to go for the bottom page a minute. Wow. See, Darren's come through for me again today, because I was literally just sat there thinking, this is going to be a pointless video. I'm going to annoy a lot of people by saying absolutely not. No, break barrels are not for me. Not into it at all. Then I try this one. And actually, I think, right, let's go for I'm going to head for I just wanted to see where these pellets are going. So I'm going to go for the top left section of box there. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now this is a massively different scenario. I don't know anything about this. This is a Remington Express XP Tactical with a suppressor on it, so it's a lot less shouty. It doesn't jump around in my hand as much when I'm pulling the trigger. Let's have a little go, shall we? Okay, let's go again at the top there. Oh wow. I'll just put them right next to each other. Right. Full disclosure. Maybe half an hour ago, I was thinking this video is never going to happen. I was really starting to lose my patience. I've fired hundreds and hundreds of pellets down through the range. I've tried my very hardest. I've tried Bisley Pest Controls. I've tried the H&N Sport Field Target Trophies. I've tried RWS Super Domes. I've tried these Super Domes. I've been trying the exact jumbos, exact jumbo heavies. I've tried the Hades. I've tried everything in this VMX. The only thing that came remotely close to being in the same vicinity was, funnily enough, the VMX pellets. But even then I wouldn't say that it was good. So all in all, this particular budget rifle for me it's not the one. I don't like it. It was too clunky. It's too snatchy. You pull the trigger, it jumps about. I mean, it's so violent and it's so loud and it's just obnoxious. This is definitely not going to be a part of my ongoing kit, to be fair. At the start of the video, I said, is a budget break barrel rifle or Springer any good? Now, I've just checked. This, the Remington Express XP, with the wooden stock, not the tactical one. I couldn't find the tactical one, but with the wooden stock is 159 quid. So this is a budget break barrel rifle. And actually, this one's loads of fun. I've been having a whale of a time for the last half an hour. I've really enjoyed shooting this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my spinning targets up. I'm not hitting guaranteed every single time. I've still got some misses. But it's just this is fun. I'm enjoying this one. That one, not so much. That one just seems to be throwing lead away for the sake of it. I'm going to put the camera up down there a second and so you can see what I'm talking about. Just going to show you this a minute. Right. So, the only thing I will say is it's slightly windy today, but that shouldn't have done what it's done. If you have a look here, I have fired countless pellets. I've been at it, and I just can't get any consistency whatsoever. And I know that it could just be me, might not be, but either way, I'm just going to draw a line under that VMX and move on. But what I will do is set this one up properly before the rain starts. It's starting to get a little bit rainy now. This isn't going to be one of the best videos I've ever done, granted, I'll give you that. But it was something I wanted to try. I don't know if it's the feet per second. I don't know if it's because it's not very powerful. But this one is a bit more powerful. This one's at 11.4. I think it was chronoed a minute ago. I'm about to take that target's legs out. Just go till it falls over. That was me, but let's keep going because I think it is going to fall over. See, it's not just because I'm hitting them, but it's just a lot more enjoyable, I think. It's so much smoother, it's not jumping about, it's not really angry feeling. Oh, see, that was a mess. One thing I will say for the breakers though, it's a lot more personal. It does feel a lot more involved. Come on. See, this has cheered me up now. This, honestly, I didn't film any of it, but I've been here for hours and I've fired hundreds and hundreds of pellets with that thing. But yeah. I'm incredibly privileged to be able to come to D range, and I'm also, if it wasn't for Darren, the last two videos I wouldn't have had comparison rifles to use. So I'm incredibly grateful for that. Let me go and stand that thing back up again properly. Oh. I guess this is what happens when you buy stuff off Temu. Look, bloody leg fell off. Say leg fell off. Accidentally pulled the leg off is what I mean. Oh, so people have been asking, by the way, why do I wear camo indoors? When I've left here, or normally before I get here, I've got to go and there's other stuff that I need to do. So I don't just wear camo all the time. Although I would if I could. I actually quite like it, so. They might not stay up, I don't really care. As long as I'm hitting them. And this is with the RWS Super Domes as well. Oh, we got it to stay up. He got it to stay up. Might go for the first one again, see if I can get that one to stay up now. Honestly, you got no idea what sort of bad mood I was in just a minute ago. Honestly. Boom! Ah, sit that one again. Come on. Right. Okay, so let's get these knocked down again, hopefully. Right, okay. Okay. Kind of finished that session on a high, which I'm pleased about, to be honest. Right, owing to the fact that it's starting to rain now, I'm going to call this video there. There's not going to be much else I can do. I kind of achieved what I set out to do, though, to an extent, but as with most of my videos, it started off a certain way and it ended up another. Right, so I started off by asking the question, are budget spring rifles, are budget break barrel rifles any good? I'm none the wiser on that, to be honest. The break barrel rifle that I had, the VMX, no, it's no good. It's no good for what I need it for. A few years ago when I bought it and it was just for shooting targets and hitting and hoping and just having a laugh with my son, absolutely fine for that. It's not a tool, it's a toy. That's the way I see that one. But with that said, for the same price, I could have got the Remington Express. And the Remington Express, with a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of playing with, I reckon it could be turned into an effective tool. With that said, I'm intrigued to know whether or not the more expensive break barrels add more refinement to the mechanisms, which make it a bit smoother, which could make it even more accurate. So now I've got other questions that I need to answer. But ultimately, yeah, budget break barrel rifles are there, they're fine. For what I spent on my Webley VMX, I could have got a Remington Express. And I think I definitely should have done that because this has actually been a lot of fun. It was a little bit all over the place to start with until I found pellets that suited it, and it really did like the Super Domes. So yeah, I actually had a really good time in the end. I really enjoyed shooting it. So yeah, turned out good. Turned out good. So that, on that note, this video's done. I appreciate all of your time. I appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate all of the feedback. It's been fantastic. The channel's growing really, really, really well. It's been monetized now. I know that's not for everyone, but it definitely helps out for me. And whatever money I make on the channel at the minute will be going into kit. Because although I'm a beginner at the moment, I am hoping to progress. I do want to get onto actual hunting, shooting food at some point. I want to get way better at shooting targets. So yeah, so as time goes on, I will be progressing, as will my kit. I hate saying journey, but it has. It's been fun. So with that said, have yourselves a Merry Christmas. My next video will be out roughly about Christmas time, but you'll all be too busy to watch it, but I'll put it up anyway. Take care. Nice to see you all. Look after yourselves, and I appreciate you. Cheers.